Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Weekly Update. This is Alchemistexe, and I am here to announce the arrival of a much anticipated unit. Someone we've all been waiting for and looking forward to, someone we can dump all of our gems into and be very, very happy. And of course, that unit is Sir not appearing in this film. Okay, April Fools, that's out of the way. Everything else going forward is going to be actually serious because I don't want to actually spread any misinformation or do like a fake thing and have like people not know that it was a joke. So I just want to pick something obviously fake and now we can move on with our lives. Okay, so just to reiterate, I did not actually mean spend all your gems on the new unit. That was just a joke. The new unit, Nicaea, is a light elemented unit who can fly. And so she has a 99 jump, which could be really useful in some situations. Light res down, pierce unit. Seems like a pretty interesting kit, but definitely not what I would call must pull. And with Nicaea comes a new chapter of Genesis. So if it's your first time, it's a bunch of maps and then a bunch of bosses and then a bunch of prizes. If it's not your first time, it's you know what to expect. There's also an April Fool's event, and then you can get the unit Kaya for free via challenge board. So Kaya is a normal pool unit whose main memento is limited, although she can use this new free memento as well. I wouldn't call her amazing, but she does do a few really cool things. Like she's one of the units that can knock jumpers out of the sky. She can also lower fire res, do CT down. Pretty solid unit overall. So if you do not have her, get her from this challenge board. 100%. So let's just take a brief look at the Genesis quest. So another thing I want to point out a bit about the new unit Nicaea is that she is a full enlightenment type of unit for Genesis. So that means you can buy her shards in the shop. They're easier to get than the limited enlightenment. But on the other hand, you also need more of their shards. So they can be quite expensive to raise, but definitely not as expensive to get because you can just get some. Let's make sure that you can get some shards from the box event. I'm pretty sure you can. I've been prioritizing the April Fool's stuff over Genesis, so I haven't even really looked at it yet. But yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, that's a decent amount. So 25 there, 25 for just using a mercenary, and thus you only need to buy 100 shards from Louis' shop. So if this is a unit that you really want, then I would get her that way. I can already tell you right now, whatever banner features her is gonna suck. But yeah, even if you're not a big Genesis person, I definitely recommend doing it enough to get all the fun prizes from the box event. So yeah, let's take a look now at the other stuff. April Fool's is kind of a silly little quest line, but it will give you a free memento and a free gear. The gear is kind of weird, but potentially useful in some niche circumstance. Basically, subtracts your initial jewels by 41, but also gives you 41 jewels obtained. Maybe good for a mage or something on a long stage. I don't know. Although slotting gears is really, really hard just trying to get your basics. So it's sort of hard to imagine it being useful, but you might as well grab it while it's free. And that's the tax celebration. If you're a fan of like visual novels and stuff, then you'll probably appreciate it even more. There's also a once a day quest that's pretty easy and gimmicky, but it'll give you shards of certain characters, which is nice because some of them are limited, even if most of them are farmable, and the one that's EX farmable is Berta, so that's going to be debatable. Another thing I want to point out is that Dark Mira and Dark Nyx have their Gate 3 now, so in order to get the totems you need, you have to get them from doing this quest, do the milestones, and then you'll get their specialized totems. I mean, assuming you have shards of them, their shards are pretty hard to get. I have Dark Nyx, but he's not quite that ready. There's also just some once a day quests as well for just good stuff like enlightenment materials or truth seal / rune stuff. And then a fun little quiz thing where you can get some prizes if you answer the question correctly. But yeah, that is about it for content. I imagine most of this week is going to be farming up that boss, trying to get a good auto comp so you can get all those prizes. And then also just having fun with some of the other stuff. Just a quick reminder, one more week for both Judith's Job Plus and Yaris's Job Plus Plus. So make sure that that stuff is all taken care of as well. And with that, we are done with the content. So let's go ahead and take a look at the banners. Okay, first let's knock a couple of free things out of the way. This first one is for, quote, real gems, intentional glitchiness. These are basically coins. There's a coin shop where you can spend these. They also just gave some for free as a gift. There's like a 5-star memento ticket in there as well as enlightenment stuff, elemental shards. I only bought the ticket so far, but there's a decent amount of stuff you can get. So I'm guessing it'll just give either a random or a set amount of this. Okay, looks like it's random. But yeah, it's free, so do it. Then we have the often appearing with Genesis banner of, like, potentially you can get one, but you probably won't. Let's go ahead and knock that out of the way. And my track record is not too great for these. I think the best I've ever done is, like, some Templar shards. Sangley. I've never raised that dude. My Thunder team is pretty stacked already, so. Okay, so that is out of the way. First up is a reroll banner for units. Pretty typical reroll banner. Might be worth your while if you're lacking a ton. But as usual, it can be kind of risky. There's tons and tons of units. If you're looking for somebody in particular, like say Dark Nyx or Dark Julia, not great. If you like have a ton of limited units you want and you're a spender, then might be good, but just consider it a risk and remember to not get too greedy. Then we have a Genesis Memento Grand Summon. It's alright. It's kind of nice just in that you're guaranteed to get a Genesis Memento. Some of these are definitely better than others. But it depends on what your wants and needs are. It's nice that it comes with a relief too. But yeah, next up, let's look at this one with Nicaea and Ambrosia. Remember when I said it was going to suck? It does. Oh, also Ambrosia is available in the Louise shop as well for shards. So if you're working on her, I think it's better to just do it that way. Now, when it comes to both Dark Mira and Dark Nyx, then I would say these banners, I'm not going to call them good, I'm just going to call them your best bet to get them. If you have enough gems to just keep doing it, because that 5th step will give you 25 shards, and if you do that enough times, you can transmute them. Very expensive, like 62.5k expensive. At this point, I'm not sure I would recommend it, but you never know. Some people, if you're all about that unit, then you know the way to do it. Then we have two 2.5 Genesis banners. They're both the same. They just have different pools. Older, newer. You do 5 steps. Each one gives 200 of the Genesis coins. These are nice if you're trying to get shards of units that you already have. And then if you're extra lucky, you might pull a Genesis unit. I've done quite a few of these, and I've had some, decent luck. Most of them are bad, but every once in a while, I've had some pleasant surprises. So, but definitely look at it as the coins rather than as the potential for units, because the coins will never disappoint you. The pulls often will. See, then we have a Memento banner it's got Nicaea's as well as the Dark Twins and Ambrosia. It's expensive, it's reliable. If you want one of these and you're willing to drop 20k on it, then you know what to do. But yeah, otherwise, every other banner is old. So this is a very typical Genesis week type of banner. You can almost always expect those types. Like the the full enlightenment will have this type of banner. The limited enlightenments will have just singular banners. And then there's often a 2.5 with the coins. So yeah, that is a very, very common pattern for Genesis. I'm not going to summon this week because I got the announcement in the monthly updates that the also sproc for Zen's Job Plus and the accompanying new unit Naju is going to be this month. So I'm going to save my discount tickets and gems for that because I'm much more invested in the Templars. So yeah, that is it for the weekly update. Hope all of you have good luck on your summons and don't waste too many gems trying to summon Sir not appearing in this film. And I will see you all next time.